on the channel, AEW Unrivaled Series 6, Rey Fenix. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we begin a week of AEW Unrivaled Series 6 unboxings and reviews. And we today start with Rey Fenix, and we'll unbox the rest of them throughout the week. Then stay tuned. At the end of the week, we will have a video with all the figures. We'll put them all together in a video, but at the very end, I'll put my bonus rankings where I rank them from my favorite to least favorite in Series 6. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the old notification bell as you won't want to miss all these videos this week. And like I said, we are starting with Rey Fenix. You always got to start with a masked wrestler or maybe a face-painted wrestler. You guys know what I like, and I like Rey Fenix. So that's where we're starting today. And we're going to do it like we normally do it. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll compare it to some past Rey Fenix figures as well. See what we think of some of the changes there. So there we go. So let's take a look at the packaging first. So by now, we know this packaging. I love it. I love that Jazzwares has stuck to this style of packaging. I hope they keep it going this way. I do like that Unmatched is a very similar packaging, but different. It fits the same box size, everything else. For you guys that are putting them on a wall, they'll fit together. But it has a little different coloring, so you know it is the Unmatched and not the Unrivaled. But the Unrivaled is seems to be, fingers crossed, sticking to this layout. I've talked about it on the channel before. Series 6 is where I've tapped out on my Min On card collection. It's sad to do, but there's just no way anybody can be a Min On card completist of this line. When you throw in all the chases, the rare, and the exclusives, that's a lot of figures. I mean, people could obviously do it. I guess I could. I'm going to be a completist open with this line. But just the amount of real estate these figures take, and my rule is, for me, and everybody has their own rules, if I can't display my collection, I don't need it. If I don't like it enough to have it on display, I don't need to own this. And that's how I keep myself a little bit sane and keeps me in check, I guess you would say. We all have our own rules. I know some people tote these things away. They look at them for one day and they're toted and never to be seen again. And if that works for you, that works for you. But my rule is if I can't have them on display, I don't need them. And there's just no way with as many figures as we've got. What is he? He's number 50. Number 50, Rey Fenix here. 50 figures in about a year's time. Has it been a year? Probably just about a year. 50 figures. Next year, we're going to have probably 200 and some figures. When you throw the Unmatched and more exclusives into the line, it just gets to be a lot, as you guys are well aware. And I know a lot of other people are tapping out on the Min On card set as well. And a lot of people are tapping out in general. They're just picking and choosing now. They're not being a completist anymore. And that's the way it goes. It went that way with Mattel. It's went that way with Jax. That's usually how it goes. Everybody starts off with the best of intentions. I'm going to be a completist. And sooner or later, you know, funds or space or whatever gets to you. It's inevitable for everyone, especially if it's a big line. But anyways, there's old Rey. We understand this packaging. We've seen it before. And I like it. I like that it's one uniform packaging from the get-go. I've heard from the past, well, Kyle, what about Mattel? Well, they change all the time. They change every single year. So it's just not quite the same. I like the picture, the little glamour shot there, Unrivaled logo down below, AEW logo up top. Like I said, he is number 50, Rey Fenix. AEW, you got a little glamour shot there. For you guys that put him sideways, you got kind of a little library code there with his picture, number 50, and you put him in order. All Elite Wrestling. I have said in the past, I wish the exclusives, because the packaging is different for those, I wish they were listed as like A, B, C, D, E, and so forth instead of the numbers, because it just doesn't look right when you line them up, when you have a Bubbly sitting here, or the Cody Rhodes, or whatever. That's my opinion, but what do I know? AEW logo at the top, big glamour shot of Rey Fenix right there. Then you got the rest of the lineup down below. We'll be unboxing all of these this week, as you guys are fully aware. AEW logo. What's it say? From Fight for the Fallen, 7/13/2019, Jacksonville, Florida. Series 6 Unrivaled Collection. Watch All Elite Dynamite. Check your local listings. An interesting set here. We'll talk about that each one. Let me get Rey open, though. It's time. It's time to get the old Phoenix Man open. I don't know if I've figured out my favorite way to unbox these figures yet, but we're getting there. But I just tear them apart. I just go crazy. There's no saving this package. And I do appreciate that. As you guys know, Mattel, you can easily slice it, pull something out. You can do a figure swap, take it back to Target or Walmart. We see pictures of that all the time. Absolutely disgusting. But you can't really do that with these. I'm sure you can if you take the time, but it's not as easy to do with these as it is with Mattel. So there you go. See you later, Rey Fenix. Get out of here. Time for a little plastic prison shot. Not a lot of accessories, as we just get an extra set of hands with Rey Fenix. So that is a little bit disappointing. But at the same time, I don't really need him with a cheeseburger or a pizza like the Jax days. I guess if he doesn't wear an accessory, don't give him an accessory, I guess is the way to go. With the 2 extra hands, I guess are good enough. He's got kind of karate chop hands here, which is interesting. Very reminiscent of the Mattel big hands that are flared out. These look a little bit more proportioned, still a little bit long if you ask me. It seems like Mattel and Jazzwares both have not got the flat out hands size right. It always seems to be way too big, especially on these littler figures like Rey Fenix and the Ricochets. You know, these guys aren't giants out there. But Rey, he's smiling, he's happy in the plastic prison. He's just a happy guy, happy-go-lucky. See you later. And that's what happens when you wear a mask. You just live a life happier. When people don't know who you are, you go around town, nobody's bothering you for the most part. Is, hey, this guy's in a mask. Nobody knows who he is. So he's just a happy, happy guy. But Rey Fenix, no stranger to the line. We've had Rey in the line in the past. We'll compare it here shortly. We'll also compare it to the Boss Fight edition, which is a sleeper figure, but we'll talk a little bit about that soon. But as far as paint and everything else, I see no issues here. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, this is the first figure I've opened from Series 6, and I've been talking about it probably from Series 2 onward, as my biggest gripe with AEW Jazzwares figures as a whole is their joints are way too loose. We've had some hip problems like Luchasaurus who falls over, but the elbow joint, the integrity of the elbow joint is just not there. It is so loose. I can see kids breaking these off very easily. Let's see, did they fix that? They did not fix that. That's unfortunate. I'm hoping somehow they get the message that they need to tighten up these elbows. They are way too loose. These can be broken off, and I already see mine here. There's already a stress mark in the plastic, and you've seen me open this. I haven't touched anything or anything like that. There's a stress mark right in the joint of the elbow. This just is not going to work for little kids, and I know Jazzwares, they're an all-around. And Jeremy Padower, they're an all-around company that wants to promote to kids, to everybody, action figure collectors. These are great for collectors, but we always have to remember at the end of the day, there's a lot of kids that like these. There's a lot of kids that get these, and the kids shouldn't be breaking. They should be able to play with their toys within reason. They shouldn't be hammering them together and stuff. But just some of the simple moving of this elbow could easily break this elbow off. I've heard horror stories in the comments, in my YouTube comments, Twitter comments, stuff like that, of kids breaking these off, and even adult collectors breaking these off. So I hope that gets addressed here in the next couple of series. I don't know how long it takes to address that, but they have to see that when they're doing product testing control. I know lines that my company has and stuff. We have people that test the line every 30 minutes. They're checking for integrity and making sure everything's good. You would have to think they're doing that in the factories for these as well. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But this is the gold set. Series 6 Unrivaled seems to be gold. A lot of black and gold coloring. Very interesting. And I know people have said this is the set that's kind of a bit of a letdown, as we got pretty much all re-releases, variants and different color changes. So not a lot of new ground being broken here with Series 6. And guess what? That's the way it's going to go in the future. Every few series, you're going to have some that are very similar to this. That's just the way of the beast. We had it with Jax. We have it with Mattel. It's just kind of the way it goes from time to time. But besides the elbows, let's see. The knees, everything else seems to be pretty good. He's got the typical Jazzwares articulation we're used to at this point. You got the ankles, you got the double jointed knees, you got the thigh swivel, you got the hips, you got the waist, you got the diaphragm, you got the shoulders, the bicep swivel, the elbow, which, gosh, is just so... I just hate it. But then you got the wrists, of course, and then you got the head that is removable. But no extra head with this one, so... nothing to remove. I should mention, you guys know I love masked figures, I love face paint, I love big wrestlers, but I also love colorful tattooed wrestlers. And thankfully, Rey Fenix got some good coloring on his tattoos here. I believe, let's grab it, we'll grab his last figure out. I'm sure it's the exact same everything, and as it should be. You know, his tattoo on his arm here on the new one is a much brighter blue, where it's a duller blue on the older one. We do get a little bit more coloring. I guess they're a little more vibrant, the tattoos on this new one, a lot more vibrant. So we do like that. Obviously, we have a new head sculpt, a new head here. Everything else is pretty much the exact same. It's just a new paint job. This is more of a cheetah type paint job, of course. But not bad. You guys know I'm a sucker for mask tattoos, face paint, stuff like that. So I do like this Rey Fenix a lot. I know some people are saying, it's too soon and it's not a cool enough repaint. And you're entitled to your opinion. I understand how that goes. But for me, I'm okay with this. I'm okay. I understand the game. We need some repaints. You can't have new people every single time. We do know the issues with COVID they had where they got a bunch of people scanned and they couldn't get other people scanned. So that's what caused some of these re-releases. Jeremy has said it ad nauseum online that, hey, we're going to get everybody under the sun. We're going to get announcers. We're going to get referees. They're going to get to everybody, but you're definitely going to have the Lucha Brothers, the Codys, the Jerichos, the MJFs, the heavy hitters of AEW. You're going to get them on a pretty regular clip between either an exclusive, a 2-pack, a 4-pack, they're unmatched, unrivaled. They're going to mix those guys up. It's no different than the Jax days with Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista, even Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy for a time. You get those guys, they'd smoke and mirrors. They do, here's adrenaline, here's ruthless aggression, here's ring rage, here's an exclusive. There was always those guys on the pegs, always coming out. And that's understandable because that's what people want. They want the stars. As much as we want a QT Marshall figure. Not all the kids in the world want a QT Marshall figure, but us collectors, we want somebody different. We're good with that. So there it is. Here is the boss fight, Rey Fenix. Now, this Rey Fenix boss fight could be my favorite figure of Rey Fenix. This is a phenomenal figure. The coloring of the tattoos is phenomenal. The articulation is phenomenal. What brings this one down is the height, unfortunately. I just wish this thing was a hair taller. I wish it scaled with these. It's interesting. Boss fight, I think their basic line series with Taya and Juventud, I pre-ordered those moons ago. They were supposed to ship in March. I haven't heard a word since. So I don't know when those are going to ship, if they're still going to ship, what the heck's going on with those. But hopefully these and their basic line of the boss fight figures, we get those more in scale. I hope they take that back to the drawing board. Maybe that's causing the delay if we're lucky, because that's what we want. We want one universe we can put all of our figures together in. At least that's what I want, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys do as well. You can tell me in the comments. But this Rey Fenix, very strong for me. However, I can see a lot of people passing, and there's a lot of collectors out there saying, I just want one Rey Fenix. I just need one Rey Fenix. This one might be good enough for you. You might be passing this one. Or maybe you're buying this one and say, well, I don't need this one anymore. I'm going to sell it on eBay or whatever. It's up to you. But is this a must-have? Yes, if you're a completist. Yes, if you're a Rey Fenix fan. But no, if you're just buying one, if you're just picking and choosing, I could see this one being skipped. And like I said, I think Series 6 may be the slowest selling set in AEW Unrivaled history at this time. We'll see. We'll see how it breaks out. We'll see when it hits the store pegs, how it'll clamor out and all that. But that's how I feel it. But Rey Fenix, a good figure. The biggest problem I have with it is, of course, the elbows. So there you go. Rey Fenix AEW Unrivaled Series 6. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this AEW Unrivaled Series 6 unboxing and review. Don't forget to give me your comments down below. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the old notification bell. And of course, follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course, Pro Wrestling Tees. Search out Kyle Peterson. Support the channel. So for AEW Unrivaled Series 6, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.